All right, how's it going, chat? We're rolling, right? Yep, you can hear me. Okay, we're back for some more Nancy Drew. Yeah, this time we're doing Secret of the Old Clock, which is not like my super favorite game, but it's definitely one of my favorites. Definitely like I don't know, top 5 or 6 probably. Yeah, let's get into it. A couple of things before we get started. I am pre-gaming a little bit. Not sponsored by Mike's, but I could be. Hit me up, Mike. Second, I have my lunch with me. I hope you'll excuse me munching for the first few minutes of the stream. I was going to eat lunch before I started, but due to my terrible time management skills, I didn't. I was like, oh crap, it's 1:45, and I was going to start streaming at 2. Well, I guess I'll go make my food, and then I can just eat it on the stream, but it should be fine. The first couple of minutes are just, it's mostly dialogue in these games anyway. So let's get in. Where we go? Here we go. I gotta move you guys over here. Switch to. We good? I think we're good. Okay. I got my food, got my drink, got my notepad in case we need it. I honestly don't think we'll need it. This is one of the games that I've seen played fairly often. Why are we not? Hang on. So you guys can hear me, but you can't hear the game for some reason. Why is that? Sound alert, audio. Oh, device not connected. Let's just do speakers. How's that? There we go. Let's hear that sweet Nancy Drew theme song, which, if I remember correctly, is not going to be around much longer. I think there's only... I don't remember it. I think there's only like maybe 3 or 4 more games left with the old classic style menu, and then it goes to the, hi, I'm Nancy Drew. This is my center of operations, bedroom, desk, that one. Which, personally, I like this one better. I mean, the other one is nice too. It's fun seeing, how Nancy's room changes, between mysteries, but I don't know. I just like the classic because that's what I'm used to. What was I gonna... Was I in the middle of saying something? Oh, I remember. So about taking notes, I don't know if I'm gonna need to take any notes for this one. This is one of the games that I'm more familiar with, so I shouldn't have too much problem. We are gonna try to finish this in about 3 hours, hopefully. This one I think will probably be under that, maybe like 2.5-ish, depending on how much of the dialogue I skip or don't skip, and also how bad or good I am at mini golf. But we'll get to that in a bit. So yeah, I guess let's get started, and I'll start eating my lunch while we get started. For this one, I think we can do senior. I'm not worried.
Start, choose junior or senior detective.
The year, 1930. The place, the road to Titusville, where we find Nancy Drew behind the wheel of her blue roadster, pondering this question. Why did Emily Crandall, a girl whom Nancy knows only through their mutual friend Helen Corning, ask Nancy to drive all the way out to the Lilac Inn to see her? Does it have something to do with the fact that Emily's mother died barely a month earlier?
I got really quiet all of a sudden.
Leaving Emily to run the restaurant with only her guardian to help her. And more important, why, when she called, did Emily sound so desperate? The spunky teenager turns off the main road, blissfully unaware that Emily isn't all that awaits her at the end of the driveway. No, Nancy Drew is about to get her first taste of the mystery, intrigue, and adventure that are to become her destiny.
Yeah, so canonically, this is supposedly the first Nancy Drew mystery. because it takes place in the 1930s, which really I kind of just see this as more of like a alternate timeline thing, kind of like the Legend of Zelda games, where it's like, okay, you play as Link in every game, but it's clearly not the same Link because he's the same age, in each game, because it wouldn't make sense if it was the same one in each game, because he'd be too old or too young or whatever. So that's how I kind of see this as like a alternate reality where you play a girl named Nancy Drew, just not the same like Nancy Drew from the other games, which take place in the around the year they came out, so 2000s ish. So yeah, the real mystery is, why are these taquitos so delicious? If anyone knows the answer, let me know. Speaking of delicious,
Drop a nickel into the slot, please. There we go. Now, how may I be of service?
I'd like to talk to Carson Drew. His number is KL57187.
Hang on a minute.
oh, hey Cassian, glad you could join us. Yeah, you're just in time for the start.
Hi, Dad.
Well, I see you got to Titusville okay.
The car ran like a top.
It ought to. That's a fine car. You treat it well, it'll treat you well. Listen, as it turns out, I just called there and left a message for you to call me.
You did?
I need to get some documents
It's like
from
I
a
knew
colleague
that.
over there. I thought since you were in the area, you could pick them up, save him paying postage.
Sure. What's the address?
He said he'd just leave them for you at the telegraph office. Just drive into town and look for Tubby Telegrams. He said you can't miss it.
Will do.
These papers are extremely important, Nancy.
I will pick them up, Dad.
Good. Remember, watch your gas gauge and get gas when you're low so you don't run out. And try to avoid potholes. The more you hit, the likely it is you'll wind up with a flat.
Yes, Dad.
And if you do get a flat, take it off and put on your spare, and then head straight to a gas station and get it fixed.
Yes, Dad.
All right, lecture over. Have you found out why Miss Crandall asked you to visit?
I wanted to call you first.
You've done your daughterly duty, now go see Emily, and after that,
I know. Pick up those documents.
that's my girl.
Goodbye, Dad.
See you tonight.
No. Carson Drew. Sexy voice. Kind of a nag, though. I don't know. Yeah, those papers are extremely important. That's why I just left them with some random guy at the telegraph office. Oh, dear.
Well, hello. I'll bet my bloomers you're Nancy Drew.
That's right. Are you Emily's guardian?
You got it. I'm Jane Willoughby. I'm Emily's guardian, but only for the next 3 months until she turns 18. Then she's on her own.
It smells like someone's been baking pies.
Pies are the
Smells like
Lilac Inn
taquitos to me.
specialty. We get orders from all over. Oh, that reminds me, your father called. You're supposed to call him. You can use the
Already
coin
did.
phone on the porch.
I already talked to him, but thanks for the message.
Emily didn't say anything about you coming until just this morning.
She didn't?
Don't get me wrong, she can invite anybody here she wants. It's just that she's gotten so darn forgetful lately.
Maybe she's just, still thinking about her mom.
She misses her mom, that's for sure. So do I. Gloria and me, we were best friends, The two of us ran this swell little dress shop over in Capital City. But then she got hitched and I didn't. And the next thing I know, she's writing me saying it would sure take a load off her mind if I could take care of her little girl should something ever happen to her.
Then she was murdered.
Emily's father?
Died in the war. Cantigny, I think. Anyway, I couldn't say no. I mean, what are best friends for? I just wish I knew how to help Emily.
Help her do what?
She's been acting so... Look, go talk to her. She probably just needs to spend some time with a bearcat like you instead of some dumb Dora like me. Go on up. She's in her
Fine.
room.
You can teach her
Just
Spanish.
make like a Boy Scout and be prepared.
I'm like a Girl Scout. Thank you very much. Who I'm sure are also equally prepared. Like those Girl Scouts that set up outside the weed dispensary. They were prepared. They know what they're doing. hobo symbols. I'm sure this will come in handy later. Good old Like magazine, am I right? There's the bull moose himself. $5 per game. What am I, made of money? Alright. Pardon me. That guy's good, and that guy's good. How are we gonna get Yeller? Oh, dang it, I messed it up. Yeah, no kidding. It's like the price of an entire meal. So just go like this. And that, there's that guy. What about this feller? Coming from that way or that way? Ah, got it. Keen. Wow, that was so worth 5 cents. All right, bird. Uh, right. I want to preface this by saying, not only am I, adult beveraging, but I'm also tired. I had to get up early with my daughter today. And normally I go back to bed and take a little nap after that, but I didn't today. I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. So, if my puzzle skills are lacking, I apologize in advance. I might just... Okay, that... No, but that one can only go that far. Erg. That one clearly needs to be down here, but then there has to be at least that much room for the bird to squeeze in. And that one can only go that far. Now this one can't move. Yeah, well, I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to try to beat it in 3 hours like we usually do. And I was thinking this one would probably be quicker just because there's not a ton of super hard puzzles. But well, clearly I'm off to a good start on that. We're already 20 minutes in, roughly, and I'm stuck on the first puzzle. See, even the music's given up on me at this point. It's like, this guy's never gonna get it. Here, up. Oh, that's done it. So now I can get the bird most of the way over. Let's see. I think I need, can we get this out of the way? There we go. There we go. Tweet, tweet. Thanks for the puzzle help, Cassian.
Wonder what this mirror's doing in here.
Nancy's kleptomania never fails to amaze me. She's like, I found something here that I have no idea what it is or why it's here. Well, guess I'll just put it in my pocket. It's funny. It's like Nancy's a character in a Dungeons and Dragons adventure or something. She's like, I found this thing. Well, mine now. Then like the king comes in and is like, we're missing our magical mirror collection. Someone stole it. And the party's like, I don't know where it went. Okay, I think that's everything in here. So let's go talk to our friend Jane and console her over the loss of her dear mother.
Nancy, hi. Welcome to the Lilac Inn. Oh, and before I forget, thank you for that nice note you sent me when Mom died. It meant a lot to me.
Well, I lost my mom too, years ago. I kind of know how you feel.
You and I may not be best friends or anything, but you're still one of the nicest people I know.
Well, thank you.
That's why I'm hoping you'll do me a favor, a big favor. You and your dad.
No, we're not gonna adopt you. I'm sorry, that's not my joke. I stole that from another YouTuber that I watch. I thought that was pretty funny, you know.
My dad?
Helen says he's a lawyer. Shh!
What's wrong?
I thought I heard something. Your father has a safe, right?
You need to put something in a safe?
See this jewelry? I'd like you to take it home with you and put it in your father's safe.
It's beautiful.
It was my mother's. The few times I saw her wear it, she looked just like a movie star. I was hiding it here in my room, but all things considered, I'd feel a lot better if you would just take it home and have your father lock it up in his safe.
What about your guardian? Can't she take care of it?
Oh, I don't want her to know I'm doing this, so don't tell her, all right? See, strange things have been going on around here. That's all I can say. I know it sounds loony, and Jane probably told you that I've been...
Yeah, Nancy's like, okay,
Please
pockets
do
of
this for
jewelry.
me. What was that?
They're dropping the nukes.
Emily, come downstairs, quick! The kitchen's on fire!
Come on, we better get out of here.
This is horrible, just horrible. The fire chief says the stove was completely destroyed and there's smoke damage everywhere. The inn will have to shut down for months, maybe even for good.
Will insurance cover the damage?
I asked the fire chief the same thing. He said there could be a problem.
What kind of problem?
It looked to him like one of the burners on the stove had been left on. The flame either went out or was never lit, but anyway, something made a spark and boom. He said insurance companies are very reluctant to pay out when things look hinky, and that's when times are good.
Who was in the kitchen this morning?
Emily was the last person to use the stove. Like I said, she's been real forgetful lately. I think she's pretty upset. But it's not her fault. What with her mom passing away barely a month ago, and me showing up, this total stranger who doesn't know the first thing about kids or running a restaurant, and her trying to do everything all by herself. It's just too much, that's all. Who wouldn't go a little off their nut? I better get that. The line to the regular phone got burned up in the fire, so now the only phone we got is the coin phone on the porch. Excuse me.
Oh, no!
Emily?
My mother's jewelry! It's gone! Someone must have stolen
no.
it while we were all downstairs.
Jinkies.
I knew something like this was going to happen. I just knew it.
You mean this sort of thing has happened before?
Yes. No. I'd rather not say. But I will say this. I did not leave the stove on. That fire was not my fault. Oh, what am I going to do? Without that jewelry, I don't have a prayer of paying for a new stove. And without a stove, I'll have to sell the inn. And if I lose the inn... I wish Mom were still here. I wish Josiah Crowley had left us the money like he always said he was going to. That's what I wish.
Who's Josiah Crowley?
He was this old man that lived next door. He died last year. He spent most of his time here at the inn, and he led my mom and me to believe that he'd left a lot of money for us in his will. He gave us a clock, and afterwards, he'd always point to it and get this little twinkle in his eye and say, "Time will tell." But when they finally found his will, he didn't leave us a penny.
Maybe he didn't leave you anything because he didn't have anything.
Oh, he didn't act like it, but he was rich. His estate was worth almost $250,000. Everything went to Richard Topham. He's this man who claims to be able to help people develop their paranormal powers.
Why do you suppose Josiah left everything to him?
Josiah was kind of a screwball. One time he showed up at my birthday party dressed as my great-aunt Harriet. I didn't know it was really him until 2 days later. Anyway, he had all these weird hobbies, and he always thought it would be really keen to read minds. Josiah invited Richard Topham to move in so Topham could help him develop his paranormal powers right there in his house. Josiah was a sweet old man, and I do miss him. And he was free to give his money to whomever he wanted. But to get our hopes up like that, and then leave us nothing, it just wasn't like him.
Where is Richard Topham now?
He still lives in Josiah's house, which is right down the path out back. His house and the inn were built at the same time by two brothers during the Civil War.
Was your mother's jewelry insured?
Gosh, I forgot about that. I don't know. Jim Archer, I bet he'd know. He's our banker. I guess I should go talk to him.
Me when I have to talk to anybody.
You don't sound very happy about it.
I'm just so bad at business things. And Jane, my guardian, she tries hard, but she's no good at it either. Maybe you could go talk to him. Please? It would be such a big help.
Sure.
He runs the Main Street Bank. You can't miss it. I'll call him and tell him you're coming.
How many people knew you kept your mother's jewelry in here?
No one. Well, Jane, my guardian, she knew, but I didn't tell anyone else.
Is the clock in the parlor the one Josiah gave you?
Yes. I don't know why he gave it to us. It's never worked, and nobody can open it to find out why.
Really? You didn't notice the bird puzzle on it?
I'll be back in a little bit.
You're the bee's knees.
Thank you. I'll give you that, Emily. You have good taste. This is the Brigitte song, I think it is, from Blackmore Manor. Remix. Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Lawyer, read this and pretty soon this fellow will be your favorite poet too. Your pal Josiah. Cool.
Is this your sewing machine?
Actually, that belonged to my mom. She and Jane used to be dressmakers. Mom was going to teach me how to use it, but she never got the chance.
Rip. Rip in pepperonis. Snoop, snoop, snoop. Darn. Well, let's rock and roll. Yeah, honestly, with how bad that looks, it seems like you're lucky the whole thing didn't burn down. I wonder how that would have fit into the culprit's plans, huh?
Got it. Looks like someone recently had a key appraised.
Larson P. Waddell, jeweler. I'll have to check that out. Parkour. Con. It's the Illuminati. Topham School for the Study and Development of Paranormal Powers.
Over here, Miss Drew. Find the toy mouse and give it to Yuri, would you please? Otherwise, he'll just keep meowing. He hates strangers.
You know what? What if I refuse? Oh no! We're trapped! We're trapped like a rat! Or a mouse, I guess. Right. Now I'm gonna leave.
I can't leave yet. I need to give the cat its toy.
Come on, Nancy. Now you have a problem with thievery when it's a cat, not when it's people. Here, would you like a mirror?
What does this cat want?
I'm sure you'd love to look at his horribly disfigured face all day. Okay, fine. Man, it's like that ancient medieval art of like, hey, you know how to draw a cat, right? Like, oh yeah, totally, man. Don't worry about it. And then this is what they can come out with.
Guess I better ask permission before I go looking around.
Really? You don't seem to follow that rule any other time, Nancy.
Sorry.
That room is off limits, I'm afraid. May I help you?
Sorry.
I don't know, Mr. Topham. You're the mind reader. You tell me. May I help you? May you help me?
Do you mind?
Sorry.
I don't know. Do I? That's funny.
Oops.
Got something in your throat there, buddy?
May I help you?
Oops.
Oops. Fine.
How nice of you to drop by. And thank you for walking instead of parking in the driveway. I'm expecting a pupil. I'd hate for her to have to park on the road.
Mr. Topham?
Richard Topham at your service.
What were you doing just now?
I was in the process of trying to make these spoons move by using nothing but my own psychic energy. Have you ever focused sunlight through a magnifying glass until it was a minute yet searing point of light, Miss Drew?
Yeah, I guess.
You see, that's what I do with my cerebral emanations, my thoughts. I focus them until they're a beam of pure energy which ultimately disrupts and transforms the molecular force field surrounding the target object.
And you can actually
I'm
make
sorry.
objects
I need a
move?
drink for that.
Yes. Well, on occasion. As I tell my students, increasing one's rate of success is simply a matter of practice.
Do you have a lot of students?
Oh, indeed. I take them through exercises designed to help them increase their output of phantasmic energy. If you want to sign up for an introductory session, I believe I have an opening today.
What I'd really like to do is talk about Josiah Crowley.
Oh. I'm afraid I'm busy, young lady. Far too busy to engage in idle conversation.
So you don't have an opening today, then, is what you're saying.
When would be a good time for me to come back?
I'll be blunt, Miss Drew. I've discovered that the more time I spend with the, shall we say, intellectually unendowed, the more my cerebral pulsations seem to diminish. I'm afraid I cannot speak to you.
Sounds
further
like a
unless
skill
I
issue to me.
prove
I don't
you are
know.
worthy. That is, that your brainwaves are not unacceptably inferior and thus deleterious to mine.
My brainwaves are just fine, Mr. Topham.
What I have here is an exercise in logic. If you can discern the correct solution, then I'll know that conversing with you will do me no psychic harm. You may take it with you. Good luck and good day.
Yeah, so what you're supposed to do, if you need help with this, is basically either talking to, what's her name, Jane and Emily, and then also doing the, the telegram deliveries. They will give you the clues to these if you need them, but I do not. This is all wet.
That looks right.
Doll up.
Am I smart or what?
Double cross.
I'm getting there.
Dry up.
That looks right.
And big cheese.
Am I smart or what?
Cheese.
Am I to assume that you have the correct solution to that logic problem?
Right here.
Let's have a look.
I don't know, Topham. Why don't you tell me?
Why, you appear to have indeed found the solution. Well, since you've proved yourself to be intellectually above average, which means talking to you should do me no harm, what would you like to talk about?
Just what does the word paranormal mean, anyway?
The paranormal includes telepathy or communicating by sending and receiving thoughts, extrasensory perception or perceiving that which cannot physically be seen or heard, and psychokinesis, using one's psychic energy to reshape or move objects.
So this guy has ESPN, is what he's saying.
When and how did you meet Josiah Crowley?
Last summer, while on my way to the university for a conference, I stopped for a bite at the Lilac Inn. Since it was crowded and I was in a hurry, I agreed to share a table with an elderly gentleman who, like me, was by himself. As soon as I told Mr. Crowley who I was and what I did, well, he insisted that I give him a training session that very afternoon, and was so thrilled with his progress that he demanded I stay and teach him everything I knew.
He was a good student?
The best. He had his annoying little habits, but his desire to realize his psychic potential was unparalleled.
Were you surprised when you found out that Josiah had left you everything?
Delighted? Yes. Surprised? Not really. Josiah was all alone, you see, surrounded by people like the Crandalls and that banker, Jim Archer. People who were nice to him only because they knew he had money.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Unlike
Go
yourself,
right
of
ahead.
course.
The place is more like a museum than a house. Josiah was a man of many, many interests. I'll be right here if you have any questions.
And I'll be looking around if you have anything else stuck in your throat. Yeah.
Was this Josiah's clock?
Everything in here was Josiah's.
Sir Richard Topham had. Glad that there's no score limit for this. Like if we were doing this for Jane or something. Not the Jane in this game, I mean Jane from like Blackmore Manor. What? Oh, this one. Right. Hey, look at that. In the words of Nancy, am I good or what? Yeah, I agree that the jazz in this is one of my favorite parts of this game. And again, Nancy just yoink, stick us right in her pocket. So you don't think Richard Topham wants you to snoop around his stuff without asking his permission, but, you know, anything that I find in his house, well, clearly I can just pocket that and walk off with it. Okay, that was a little loud. Thank you.
There's nothing of interest in there.
Just your disco rave party?
That room is off limits, I'm afraid. That room is off limits, I'm afraid. That room is off limits, I'm afraid. Please don't go in there. Please don't go in there. There's nothing of interest in there. As you'll soon realize, Josiah's mental faculties were starting to go, I'm afraid. He tended to ramble. Very little of what he wrote in there makes sense.
Tended to ramble on.
Wind-barred bounce. What poet is the cat's meow? What will Para, my miniature golf course, get you? What's Gloria's middle name? Becoder is in the rivet. 2 to the right.
Decoder is in the trivet. Tick tock, tickety boo. Everybody, let's wake up. There's Ponzi's and not to Gloria. There's Carousel Horse. Captain's Cove, New Jersey. We've been there. Yeah, Nancy would just put the cat in her purse and walk out, wouldn't she? I don't know though. I feel like she could do better than Yuri.
He's make out to whom.
Kind of ugly. Somebody. Okay. Cool. Bird. Crook's radiometer. So basically, my dad actually has one of these in his office. You put it in the sun and then it spins, which, well, it does spin. Thermal transpiration, yeah, because light can't actually physically touch something because it's a particle of energy. It's not actually. Doubtful, however, the movement of the veins will be put to practical use. That's what you think. Depends on what we do with the light first, P-Brain. So Josiah seems to think otherwise about that.
The man on stage in this picture, is that Josiah?
Yes, that's from a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that he directed and starred in. It closed after 2 nights, but he didn't care. He loved that play.
Yeah, Topham is probably not smart enough to solve this stuff, which is why he... Yeah, rock out, Nancy. Okay, what else we got? So there's that carousel horse that he bought. Pretty cool.
What do you do with these?
I put them on the windshields of cars parked in the area. Great advertising.
Ever put them on cars at the Lilac Inn?
All the time. I've gotten quite a few pupils that way.
Okay, I think that's everything to look at in here for the moment. Let's go investigate what's over this way.
Oh, a miniature golf course. Swell.
Wow. Hey, why do you think I played with all those instruments? Because I knew it would disturb Mr. Topham. Alright, why don't we save here? So this is just, what do you call it? It's that game, I think it's called, like, Password or something like that, where there's 4 colors at the end and it tells you how many are right and wrong. But that is completely irrelevant. There's, or is it? No, it is. We do need to solve this. Well, we need to solve it to find one of the clues. I already know the answer, but we'll play it anyway, just for the craps and giggles, as they say. How's that? Okay, so 1 is right color in right place, and then 2 of them are just the right color but in the wrong place, and then 1 is completely incorrect. So let's try that one, and then let's do this. Okay, getting worse. So I think we still want red in here. Let's try. Let's get purple in. Okay, getting closer. So it could either be the red or blue, we're not sure. Let's do a blue. And then probably a yellow. Let's do a purple, and what else? Let's try the red. Okay, so I'm thinking it was the red that was right. And let's try the purple. And then just maybe orange up here and green. Okay. So this had 1 right. This had 2 right. And this had 1 right. So what's common between those 3? Let's try maybe green and red again. And I'm thinking orange was not right. Let's try yellow here. And purple on the bottom. There we go.
Interesting.
Thinking emoji. So we got a 1, a 2, 4, 2, 8, 2, 7. We'll have to remember that for later. Alright, let's play. Technically, we don't need to play this to get the clue, but we can use it to get toys. But the only thing is you have to be good at golf to get the toy. So I think we're just going to go for a 1. Did I? No, I still got it. Okay. So I think we're just going to go for... We're just going to go for 1 victory because trying to get 5 consecutive wins. I mean, not consecutive, but like having to win 5 times. I don't feel like playing that much mini golf is what I'm saying. So let's just go for 1 win, and honestly, we might have to try this a couple times too, depending on you. Naughty word. I should probably, yeah, I'm just gonna, I'm already overpowered. Let's just try that again. That's the thing that's annoying about this too. We are doing a senior detective Cassian. Oh. Yeah, I just noticed that too. If you play this on junior, par is 30, I believe, but our par is only 21. So yeah, we're gonna have to be real good. And the annoying part about this is you can't move your mouse past the edges of the screen. Okay, just reload. This may be harder than I thought. Oh, I'm sure she would. The mini golf playing is fun, but you also have to be good at it. Okay, so we know from experience that that's not going to work. So let's try to bounce it. Okay, glad it took that. And I think we're gonna save after every successful under par, so we don't have to do the whole thing over again. There are only 6 holes, but I do not want to have to do these again. Alright, super beans. Not the greatest shot, I'll admit. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna wang doodle it off the back wall here. Okay, well, we know this isn't gonna work, so I'm gonna go like this instead. But then this is angled this way, so which way do I gotta hit this thing to? Reload. I have to do this too, because if I get to the end and I'm not under par, I just have to start over anyway, so. Yeah, full beans, Nancy. Oh. And the music's already given up on me. Okay, we're looking good here. Now let's just hit it as hard as we can. Try to bounce it off that. Okay, I'll take that. That's looking good. Now I'm just gonna not flub this up. Okay. Another one under par. I'll take it. Can I get the music back, please? Hello? Music check. Okay. Now this one actually has a shortcut that we can use. This hole right here is the shortcut, although they don't make that very obvious. So we're just gonna go bloop in there and right into the sand trap. It's a trap. All right, now let's go a little extra beans.
I hit it too hard.
Yes, you did, Nancy. So let's reload. Okay, hole 3. Let's go. Try like that. Okay. Another one on par. See, I think they expect you to use that because I don't think you'd be able. You might be able to get par 2 on that without doing the shortcut. Okay, so this one, the center hole is the one we want to aim for. So let's see how that does. Okay. And then we just need to not hit it too hard.
I hit it too hard.
No, you didn't, Nancy. We got a cute little cutscene here with a train and the minecart. Shout out to Last Train in Blooming Canyon, by the way. And then, bloop, right in. Look at that. Still under par, so let's give her the old save-a-rooney. Okay, on to hole 5. Here's old Strawberry Claus. SpongeBob, me boy, get me money. Now we gotta get a lot of beans on this one to get it up. Okay. Pirate party, get it? All right, look at that. Hey, we're doing actually pretty good. Now all we have to do is not get a 9 on the next hole, and we should be good. But I will save this. Yeah, I don't think it's meant to be Nancy. I think it's meant to be the ball, but the perspective is a bit confusing. Like, Okay, I can understand Nancy seeing it go up and onto the plane and that way, but then how is Nancy getting a POV shot from the minecart? That doesn't make much sense. Remember this area, because we will be back here later. Very later. Okay, that does not even make sense. Physics, what are you doing? I think we're still good though, because remember what I said, we only, as long as we get like a 8. Okay, what? I hit it. Oh, yeah, physics clearly is not a top priority on. There wasn't even a. Just get in there.
Too hard.
Shut up, Nancy. There. Now let's see. Did we make it? You gotta be.
I hit it too hard.
That is not very keen. We may have just gotten
I
an 8.
did it.
Okay, we did it. Yeah, high fives. Woo. Okay. So now, go over to our little thing, put in our scorecard. A little toy pony. Cute. This is Nancy. Alright, so now, we could do that 4 more times if we wanted to. But I don't feel like, A, spending that much money. Well, you have to spend the money anyway. And it's 10 cents. So I think you actually come out ahead if you play. Oh, thank God. Music's back. I think you do come out ahead if you play golf instead of buying toys. But, start over, take it here. Okay, they're still in my inventory. Still in my inventory. They're gone. So they teleport back, apparently. Ha! They knew Nancy was coming and they installed anti-Nancy countermeasures to keep her from walking off of stuff. Okay, at this point, no, we just came from there. Let's go back and talk to Emily again. Because we can do... Kitty cat. We can do something... once we get one more thing from her.
Hi, Nancy.
What was your mother's middle name?
Lois. Why?
Oh, just curious.
Mommy, Mama, Lewis.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Thanks again, Nancy.
And Lois, it's me, Peter Guy. Okay, so now that we have that, we can go and open, no, not the telephone. Yeah. It's like one of those, you know, that at the bank, they have like the pens that are like attached with the ball and chain. Like they have one of those on the golf club, so Nancy just walks away and then it falls out of her pocket. Thor's hammer, yeah. Some sort of magic technology. Okay, so now we can open this. If you recall, there were 4 things listed in Josiah's notebook. I don't remember what the first one is. What are you when you win Bard Bounce, which is keen. What poet is the cat's meow? So if you saw in Emily's room, his favorite poet was Omar. And then, yeah, then the third one is the what do you when you win mini golf? What do you get from mini golf? And the answer to that one is PON. Pony. And the last one is what is Gloria's middle name? Lewis. And there we go. Yeah, Emily definitely has some interesting art. It's not necessarily what I would put up in my bedroom, but it's cool. So here's the carriage house. So right away we can look at this clock, and Nancy, well, Junior anyway, she's like, why does this look familiar or something like that. But this is the the little thing we did with the golf balls. So the answer is 1, or yeah, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 8, 2, 7. Another mirror. Here we have freshwater fish of the Midwest. Bogler's fish pond, Bogler's pond fish. Yellow perch, walleye, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass. Alright, so this is the one we need to remember. Largemouth bass, they like grass and minnows. So that will come in handy a little bit later. What's all the spooky music? I mean, it's just a carriage house, come on. Now this puzzle is interesting. I've had people say that they have trouble with this, and then some people who say they don't have any trouble. For one, you can put the dominoes on top of each other, which doesn't make that much sense. And secondly, like if you don't put them in the right order or something, sometimes the puzzle doesn't like pop up as fixed. I don't know, but we'll see if. I know that the speedrunner I watch, Argle Fump, says he has trouble with this one sometimes. So we'll see if the puzzle trolls us or if it accepts our solution. Yeah, like that, see? I have everything exactly correct, but the puzzle's like, nah, try again. So let's see if we put them in top to bottom order. Does that? Yeah, see? Something wrong with the coding on that puzzle, clearly, but there we go. Oh, wow. So how many? We have 3, which I think is... Huh. Look at that, somebody messed up on that frame. Ah, there's a mirror. Oh, no mirror. Mirror, no mirror. Mirror, no mirror. It's funny. Wonder if any other ones are like that. Oh, yep. Mirror, no mirror. Mirror, no mirror. Yeah, those ones are good. It's funny. Okay, so we're still missing 1 mirror, which, well, if I had to guess, is probably inside a clock somewhere. Oh, I remember what the last one is. Okay. So, don't think there's anything else to do in here at the moment, so I think it's time to go on a little roadster trip. Let's go to town. Pepin, here we come.
That car I saw before is gone.
Alright. Now, very important, kids. Never drink and drive. Always finish your drink while you're parked, and then drive. Yeah, actually, hang on. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alright, I did get another adult beverage, but we're not going to drink while we're driving because that's not safe. We're going to wait till we're done driving. Come on, chair. Going all the way. There we go. Alright, so let's go to town. Watching out for potholes. let's stop in here first.
Hello, are you Mr. Waddell?
So what if I am?
I found this receipt, and I just wondered what you could tell me about it.
Let me see that. One key, determined resale value, item 493. Oh yeah, this was for that key Jim Archer wanted me to appraise.
Jim Archer wanted you to appraise a key?
It was very ornate, had jewels all over it. Fake jewels, as it turned out. When I told him it was worthless, the cheapskate refused to pay me and told me to keep it.
Do you think I could have it?
Sure, once you pay the appraisal fee.
Which is...
$1.50.
Here you go.
Good, here's the key. Enjoy.
Highway robbery. I am going to, by the way, try to do a gasless run for this stream. Because I know it's possible. I think you just have to deliver like 3 or 4 telegrams, if I remember correctly, from the speed run, and then you have enough money to pay like all of the fees, because you do find money at some point. So I'm gonna try that. I may end up having to do the uh-oh, you ran out of gas, like now you have to do this mini game as punishment mini game, but we'll see.
Hello,
Hopefully
I'm looking
we're
for
cool.
Jim Archer.
Right through that door. Hello, are you Nancy Drew?
Yes, are you Mr. Archer?
Yes, ma'am. Jim Archer. I'm founder, president, manager, and just about everything else you can name when it comes to this fine enterprise.
Did Emily tell you why I'm here?
She just said you were coming and that she'd appreciate it if I would talk to you. Terrible thing, losing her mother like that, then being saddled with that restaurant, especially now.
No, not horse and carriage gasless. More like we're going to try to not spend any money at the gas station this run and do everything in the game in 1 tank of gas. It's possible. I know it is. I just don't know if I can do it or not, but we'll see.
What do you mean?
Ever since the stock market crashed, one business after another has closed, including banks. President Hoover keeps saying that a recovery is just around the corner, but you have to wonder.
Some people say we're headed for a depression.
Well, that kind of pessimism is not only misguided, it's pointless. Thinking ahead and taking action. That's what we businessmen should be doing right now. And I'm happy to report that we're doing just fine, thank you. Excuse me. Main Street Bank, Jim Archer speaking. No, I don't. I'm sorry, but... Yes, I know, but... All right, then just bring it by. Sorry for the interruption. How can I help you?
Do you happen to know whether the jewelry Emily inherited from her mother was insured?
Well, I know for a fact that it was not. Why?
Because someone snuck into the inn today and stole it.
Oh, no. I heard there'd been a fire in the kitchen, but when it rains, it pours, doesn't it? I told Gloria not to let that policy lapse.
Did Gloria always rely on you for business advice?
Sometimes. You see, I have experience in the law as well as accounting. But in this case, she wouldn't listen to me. She felt that since Josiah Crowley would be leaving her a large sum of money when he died, or so she thought, paying to insure her jewelry just wasn't necessary.
How well did you know Josiah Crowley?
Well enough for him to name me executor of his will. An executor is the person who makes sure the terms of a will are carried out.
Did he leave you anything?
He'd given me the impression that I would be well taken care of when he passed on, too. But when I finally read his will, it all went atop him.
Sounds a little sus to me. Guy lives with him, and then, oh, magically all his money goes to him? Maybe he used his mind bullets and shot him with it.
Where did Josiah keep his will?
He'd hidden it in a chest of drawers in his house. It took me months to find it. When he named me executor, he said he'd tell me where it was hidden when the time was right, whatever that meant.
How did Josiah die?
He was sitting in the public library reading when apparently his heart just decided it was time to stop.
What was he reading?
His favorite book, The Make-Up Secrets of Lon Chaney.
Saw Lon Chaney walking with the Queen, doing the Werewolves of London. And I saw Lon Chaney Jr. walking with the Queen, also doing the Werewolves of London.
The will you found in Josiah's house. Is it possible that Josiah didn't really write it?
Well, the thought that it could be a forgery did cross my mind. But an expert verified that the will had been typed on Josiah's typewriter and signed in Josiah's hand.
Maybe Richard Topham bought the expert off.
As far as the law is concerned, the matter is closed, Miss Drew.
But it's possible that Josiah's real will is still out there. Are
no.
you sure he never
No,
gave you
they
any
were
clue
just
as to where he'd hidden
roommates,
his
okay?
will?
That's it.
Whenever I
Just
asked him,
roommates.
he said
They
he'd
just
tell
lived
me
together,
when
spent all their
his
time
brother-
together, but they were just roommates, okay?
Although, he
Calm
got a
down.
safe deposit box here about 3 years ago.
Has it been opened?
Topham has tried to claim its contents, but he can't find the key.
If Topham can't find the key, maybe it's because it wasn't in Josiah's house.
Now, Miss Drew, I wouldn't go jumping to any conclusions.
How well do you know Jane Willoughby? You know, Emily's guardian?
Not well at all. Met her once or twice. Seemed a little flighty.
What was Emily's mom like?
Had a good head on her shoulders. Friendly, too. Having a big slice of blueberry pie at the Lalakin was always a real treat. It'd be nice if family could carry on the tradition, but times are just too tough. If she's smart, she'll sell before the bills start piling up.
I guess I'll be going.
Come back anytime.
Is this your car?
Yes, it is. Bought and paid for.
Let me in.
Did Josiah Crowley give you this clock?
Yes. Unfortunately, it stopped keeping time almost immediately.
Yeah, they hadn't been a minute yet.
Who's Clara?
Clara Pickford is this lonely old woman who comes in here every once in a while. Took a shine to me for some reason. Insisted on giving me that picture.
To Jim the Archer, my ace in the hole, affectionately yours, Clara.
Don't you ever use this typewriter?
That used to be Josiah Crowley's. It was the only thing he left me in his will. Naturally, it doesn't work. The keys always jam.
Somebody getting rid of evidence.
October 9, 1929. Dear Mrs. Sheldon, here is the trivet I said you could borrow for your party at Twin Elms. Please take care of it because I will want it back someday. Your friend, Josiah C. I wonder if Josiah ever got his trivet back.
Well, there's one way to find out. Well, let's go to Twin Elms. Woohoo! Nancy peeling out in the parking lot. Let's go to the telegraph office, which is... Nope. Next one over.
Something I can do for you?
Well, my name's Nancy Drew, and my father
Say
said
no
that...
more. You're here to pick up some papers. They're in that envelope.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Say, is that your roadster out there?
Yes, it is. Did I park somewhere I shouldn't have?
No, it's just that my regular driver never showed up today, so I've got no way to deliver all these telegrams. How would you like to earn some extra cash?
You mean you want me to deliver them for you?
You've got a car, you're trustworthy, or at least your father thinks you are, so what do you say? I'll pay you 25 cents each time you complete a delivery. And you might even get some tips.
Well, I certainly am responsible. Only drink when I'm parked. Yeah, man, don't worry about it. I got your telegrams.
Okay, sure.
Great, you're hired. Here, deliver this to Seymour out at Blenheim Nursery. Come back when you're done and I'll pay you and give you another telegram to deliver.
Great. See you in a little while.
Okay, we can actually check our Mapperoonie. Yeah, so, Blenheim is on the way home. And then we need to go up here for Twin Elms, and then we'd have to do basically a head hunt all over the place. I guess let's go to Twin Elms and get that out of the way. Oh, damn it, not there. My gas. It's running low already, I can tell. Alright, Nancy, try to coast. Just feather the gas pedal.
Mrs. Sheldon?
Yes?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall's.
Get on with it, dear.
I was wondering, would it be possible for me to see the trivet you borrowed from Josiah Crowley?
You may not only see it, you may have it. Once I find it, that is. Unfortunately, I've an errand to run, so I can't look for it right now.
Maybe I could run the errand for you. I have a car.
So I see. Rather expensive car at that. Very well, Miss Drew. Go fetch my bridge cards from Miss Drakowski, and upon your return I shall present you with that trivet.
Who's Miss Drakowski?
The local telephone operator. You can find her at her house, or Titusville Telco, as she insists on calling it. The switchboard is in her parlor. As you can imagine, she never entertains. I, on the other hand, am expecting company within the hour, so do hurry.
Are the telegrams randomized? I believe that they are in a specific order. At least the first, 24 or so, I think, are always in the same order. After you get through the pre-programmed ones, I know it just kind of goes to, infinitely, generic ones of, take this to this place. And I don't know if those ones are randomized or if those are also in a certain order, but yeah, I believe at least the first, 12 or so are always in the same order, because when I watched the speed run, he, knew which ones to do in which order. Yeah, see, so the toys here are 25 cents as opposed to if we did the golfing.
Vending machine that just sells toys. Keen.
If we did golf, we could get toys for 10 cents. But like I said, you also have to be good at golf and have a lot of time and patience, which I do not have either of those.
Toy without putting in money first.
Really, Nancy? You're not just gonna bust in there like, oh look, a clue, I better take this.
You never know when you're gonna need a toy.
So I'm pretty sure the speedrun route, he just buys these toys because playing or winning 5 games of golf. I mean, on junior it's probably a little easier, but still. Oops. Okay, I backed up. Please tell me it didn't just take my money and disappear into the vapor. Okay, so that should be 4 toys. That should be it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty sure that's all we need. Yeah. Because you can, if you don't get the pony, you do have to buy 5 of them, but the pony counts as 1, so. Wanna buy some mackerel? Okay, so let's go see Miss Drakowski and then head back. I think, right? Oh, cow. Every time. Oh, there's the Telco. Oh, nope, that's the Rex. Never mind. I knew I was going the right way. Ah, my gas. Alright, just coast, Nancy. I'm not sure how it calculates gas to this. If it's only while your mouse is being held down, it takes gas out. I don't know.
Yeah? Are you Miss Drakowski?
Yeah? And you are?
Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall. You know, at the Lilac Inn.
Yeah, from Joyzy.
You pick up those papers for him yet?
Actually, Wait a minute. How did you know about that?
See this headset I'm wearing? I plug it in and what do you know? I hear things. Look, I'm kind of pressed for time. Going to a party and it takes me a while to get dolled up. What do you need?
Dolled up?
Mrs. Sheldon asked me to pick up her bridge cards from you.
Tell you what, I'll get you those cards if you drive that fancy car of yours over to the orphanage and pick up some raffle tickets from Mrs. O'Shea. I should be able
How about you give me the bridge cards or I'm gonna break your kneecaps, huh?
Good, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, fine, whatever. I'll get that stupid raffle tickets. Since we're right here, I guess let's do this.
Excuse me, are you Mrs. O'Shea?
Yes?
My name is Nancy Drew, and
Stephen, put that down this instant. We do not run with sticks in our hands.
Classic
or
Stephen.
in our mouths.
I'm sorry. You were saying?
Miss Jakowski asked me to pick up some raffle tickets from you.
Oh, yes, the raffle tickets. The fact of the matter is
Elsie, no hitting.
I can't even think about those raffle tickets right now. I promised the children they'd each get a toy for going a full week without breaking anything. And I'm short 5 toys.
Do not eat that, Clarence.
Would you like me to get 5 toys for you?
Oh, goodness, if you could do that, I'd be forever grateful. They can be any kind of toy at all. The children aren't the least bit picky.
Of course it tastes bad, Clarence. It's a pine cone.
I bet
Clarence.
he'll rinse out his mouth before. Oh, would you look at that? He's actually chewing it.
You're not
Can't
a
take him
squirrel,
anywhere.
Clarence. Spit that out this instant.
Excuse me, I actually have
Do you have 5
5
toys
toys.
for me?
I certainly do.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're such a saint. You hear me? A saint. I'd better get these inside before the children see them. Thank you so much.
Mrs. O'Shea, the raffle tickets?
Oh, the raffle tickets? I don't have them, dear. You'll have to pick them up from Phelps Print Shop. Then just take them straight to Mr. Kowski.
We don't pull hair, Ralphie. Especially when we have jelly on our hands.
Phelps Print Shop. Wonderful.
Oh, come on, Nancy. We've been doing this for what, like barely 5 minutes? Don't give up yet.
Sorry, young lady, I'm about to close.
I'm just here to pick up the raffle tickets you printed for Mrs. O'Shea.
No, darn it. I did tell her I'd have those done today, didn't I? Well, I'm sorry, but they're just gonna have to wait until tomorrow.
Oh, but I need to have them today.
And I need to go fishing.
Fishing?
My brother-in-law thinks he's hot stuff because he caught an 18-inch largemouth bass this morning. So I bet him I could catch a 19-incher by the end of the day. And if I do, I get his stamp collection. And if I don't, he gets mine. And since stamp collecting is about the only hobby I can afford these days, I'm going fishing.
I know. You stay here and print those raffle tickets, and I'll go fishing for you.
Not everybody can catch a 19-inch largemouth bass, you know. It takes skill and muscle and brains. Bass are pretty smart.
I can do it, Mr. Phelps.
You better be right, because you're not getting those raffle tickets until I get my 19-incher. You can use my gear. I left everything out at the fishing hole.
Great. I'll see you later.
Yeah, just the beginning of the trope of Nancy doing everybody else's chores for them. And yeah, instead of toys, how would you feel about these glass mirrors that totally won't be a breaking hazard? I'm sure that'd be great for the children. Alright, so if you remember that little pamphlet we read, we were looking for largemouth bass. You can actually catch a bunch of stuff in here if you mess around long enough.
Do is bait my hook.
We're going to do minnow.
Now I toss this in the water, and when the bobber goes under the water, I need to pull the line up fast.
Yes, Nancy, I know how to fish. I played Minecraft. And we're going to cast over here towards the reeds. And then just wait for a bite.
I got a fish.
First try.
Looks like 19 inches to me.
Giggity.
Oh, no offense, Mr. Fish, but you stink.
Well, he probably thinks you stink, Nancy. What do you ever think about that, huh? It's all about you and what you...
Well, let's see what you got in there. How about that? You did it. Here, let me take it from you.
Please do. I think it's starting to get a little ripe.
He's been on the water for like 20 seconds, Nancy. Gee, give him a break. Come on.
There you go. 10 dozen tickets to the annual Orphans Benefit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go make a telephone call.
To your brother-in-law?
Yeah, the one who used to collect stamps.
Bye.
Okay, yeah, whatever, bye. Alright, now we gotta go to Mr. Kowski. And I think we're gonna go home.
Hi.
still doing good. We got like 2/3 of a tank of gas left, so we should be
And
okay.
here are Mrs. Sheldon's bridge
Just gonna need a little
One of the
money.
gals spilled Moxie all over him, but I cleaned him up real good, so let's not tell Mrs. Sheldon, okay?
Okay. Thanks for your help, Miss Jakowski.
Thanks for your help. Bye now.
Pothole.
Hello, I've got a telegram for Seymour.
Just leave it on the desk there. I'd, tip you, but as you can see, my hands are filthy.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to doll up some of my plants
Doll
before this
up.
guy named Mr. Martin comes in. He's a big cheese
Big
at some oil
cheese.
company, and I'm hoping he... Ow!
Did that plant just bite you?
It did kind of feel that way.
I think I'll be going now. Bye.
Oh, I just got this reference because, yeah, just a month or two ago, my wife and I watched Little Shop of Horrors, and it was the first time I'd ever seen it. Seymour, that makes sense, because the main character in that movie was named Seymour, and the plant, well, if you haven't seen the movie, the plant becomes, like, sentient and wants to, like, eat people and grow and take over the world, so I never understood that reference until just now. How do you like that? Alright. Feed me, Seymour. Alright, so what do we gotta do here? Let's see. We still need... Oh, we need to... Okay. Do I have a pack of cards? When did we get those? Am I crazy? Oh, those are the bridge cards, right. I was like, what? What are you just like dealing, Nancy? No. Well, sorry if I spoiled the movie for you, Cassian, but no, it's fine. You should still watch it. It's pretty good. It's got Rick Moranis in it. He's always funny. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there actually something we should be doing here, or honestly, you might just have to go out. We are only at 80 cents. Let me look around. There might be.
So, is Emily all right?
Someone stole her mother's jewelry.
What?
Did you happen to see anyone go upstairs during all the commotion that the fire caused?
No. You mean someone stole it while everybody was rushing around trying to put out the fire? Hypers! If you can't trust a fireman, who can you trust?
Emily said you were the only one who knew she had that jewelry.
When Gloria was alive, she could have told people about it, or people may have seen her wearing it. And when she died, they knew the jewelry had to be around here somewhere.
It's a little
right?
sus,
Does anyone
Jane.
in particular come to mind?
Sorry. It's been hard enough getting to know Emily, let alone anyone else in this backwater burg. Well, guess better go call the sheriff.
Have you met Richard Topham?
Yeah, I've had the displeasure of meeting that quack.
Somehow he knew who I was before he even saw me.
He came over while they were putting out the fire today. Asked me who you were, and I was so frazzled at the time, I told him. I don't usually give that crackpot the time of day.
Does everybody around here feel that way about him?
Not everybody. Like that circus fella said, there's a sucker born every minute. Me? I think ESP is a lot of J-U-N-K.
It's ESPN. Get it right. God. Oh. Speaking of suckers, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Reddit lately about the supposed alien corpses that they just talked about down at like the Mexico, like there's a formal hearing and stuff. But that's been fun trying to sift through all the posts of people being like, yeah, they're legit. People being like, nah, that's BS. It's been crazy. So eventually I just muted all the posts from the alien subreddit because I was tired of seeing it.
Where did that barred bounce game that's in the parlor come from? Do you know?
Emily says Josiah Crowley brought it in one day and just left it. Said it was so guests, as in him, would have something to do while they waited for a table.
Does the miniature golf course that's out back belong to the inn?
No, that was Josiah Crowley's. Way I hear, he built it himself.
Was it open to the public?
Nope, it was just his own private little course. Can you imagine? Wish I had money to throw around like that.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty dighty.
Let's talk to M again. Actually, before we do that, I apologize, but I've got to go use the bathroom. I will be right back. I'll just leave you guys here listening to Emily. She'll keep you company. Stare creepily into your soul. Nah. Beer. Alright, I'm back. Apologies to my live viewers. Presumably, if you're watching this back later on YouTube, you just skip past that part, hopefully. And yeah, that's what I figured. The music would probably stop after a while.
Did Josiah ever say anything about hiding his will somewhere?
No, but he was always hiding stuff. I know because he was always writing reminders to himself about how to find it. But whenever the subject of his will came up, he'd just say he was happy knowing we were going to be happy when he passed on. Time will tell. That's all he'd say.
Do you have any idea where Josiah may have hidden a safe deposit box key?
He could have hidden it anywhere. He always said his favorite hiding place was right under people's noses.
I'll be back in a little bit.
You're the best.
So you're saying like right about there? Yeah, sorry about that. It's probably that cup of coffee I had this morning. Oh, what's this? Don't get me wrong, I like coffee. I usually have it with, you know, creamer and stuff. But, yeah, without fail, it always just makes me have to, like,
By the looks of those
poo
lanterns, I'm not the only one who's been down here recently.
the next day. Or, you know, later in the day.
An old piggy bank. Swell, $1.
Cha-ching.
This piggy bank looks like it's been here for a long time.
$1.80. Alright. So if I'm not mistaken, the only money we're gonna need for the rest of the game is $2? So I think we just have to do a couple more telegrams and earn there we go. Corny's Creeper. Oh, spooky music. That's not right. There we go. Glad that they made this a regular tile puzzle and not like a sliding tiles puzzle, because that would be pretty uncool. I mean, because he'll do it obviously, but I feel like they really leaned on the slider puzzle pretty hard for the first couple games, so I'm glad they went with something different on this one. Okay, that looks like that. Corny's Creeper. What? Oh, these two. No, not those two. Okay, this one and this one. Okay, oh. Yay. Another perfect toy for the children. Woohoo! Yeah, for some reason, I don't know how you trigger it, but while you're walking down around down here, Nancy will just suddenly go like for no reason. I think it might be if you like click really fast. Or Nancy will be like, I get the feeling I'm not alone down here.
Guess I better not leave the lights on. Jeepers, that sounds like Richard Topham. This door must open right into his living room. I can't go in there now. Mr. Topham will see me. I can't go in there now. Mr. Topham will see me.
Put it down.
I can't go in there now. Mr. Topham will see me. I can't go in there now. Mr. Topham will see me.
Whistling, really?
I can't go in there now. Mr. Topham will see me. Guess I better not leave the lights on.
Well, that was interesting.
What's cooking?
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Bye now.
So let's go. Let me go talk to Sir Richard Topham Hatt again.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Hello, Mr. Topham.
Now what?
Do you mind if I look around some more?
Be my guest. Now what?
What do you think happened to the key to Josiah's safe deposit box?
Josiah no doubt lost it. He had a terrible memory, poor fellow.
Are you still looking for the key?
What's the point? No doubt it's filled with the same thing as this house. Junk. But if it's junk, why haven't I gotten rid of it, you may well ask. Well, I know it's silly to hang on to Josiah's things, but he was a wonderful man, you see, and I just don't have the heart to get rid of them. Too sentimental for my own good, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
It was nice talking to you.
I'm sure it was.
Alright, so I think we need to talk to Jim Archer again. I don't want to make any necessary, so yeah, Mr. Archer, we do a couple more telegrams. I guess let's go back into town. Gotta save that gas though. I'm not gonna fill up unless I absolutely have to. Well, alright, so Archer. I'll try not to get a flat tire because those are a pain in the butt to fix. And if you don't have.
Hello again.
Was that your car I saw parked near the Lilac Inn this morning?
I haven't been there in months. You saw someone else's car. It's a very popular make and color, you know.
I just wonder what it was doing there.
Probably just someone sneaking onto that miniature golf course that Josiah built back there. Or bootleggers. I hear they frequent that area too.
Bootleggers? I'm sure don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Banker
An
guy.
interesting gentleman who's in an interesting line of work.
Does he do business here?
Yes, he does.
Have you ever attended one of his training sessions?
No, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I think he's a fraud. He makes a living doing whatever it is he does, so obviously someone thinks he's the real deal.
The key that you had Mr. Waddell appraise, could that be the key to the clock that Josiah Crowley gave you?
It might have been, I suppose. You know about that?
Yes, in fact, I paid the appraisal fee. I have the key right here.
How industrious of you. You see, when he told me the key was worthless, I lost all interest in it.
So, it would be all right if I kept the key for myself?
I have no use for it. In fact, if you want that old clock, you can have it too.
I guess I'll be
Is
gone.
there a
Give my best to Emily.
secret of this old clock? Hmm. Well, let's find out.
It would sure be nice to be able to open this thing.
Oh, wow. Alright, so this puzzle can be a pain in the butt. Unless you know the secret, which it looks like is still here, even on Senior. So you see these little, this one has like a line here and here. That'll tell you where it has to go. So this one must go here because that lines up with that and with that. So once you know to look for that, this puzzle is a piece of cake. Wow. Mirror. How about that? Let's head back to good old Tubby.
Did you deliver that telegram?
I sure did.
Good for you. Here's your money. And here's your next telegram. Take this to Counselor Alice out at Camp Avondale. Keep up the good work.
I don't know. I feel like it's $2 that we need, but I don't know what else we would need money for. Yeah, you're right, Cassian. I'm surprised they didn't take that off for senior mode, but oh well, I'm not complaining. I'm not sure, because I feel like on the speedrun, Arglefump did at least like 3 or 4 deliveries. But we already have $2. What else? Don't have to make any phone calls or anything, do we? I don't remember. Well, we'll do this one anyway. This one is pretty interesting. Cassian, I think you will appreciate this one. So when I deliver this to this lady, listen who she says, who she's talking to. And keep in mind that this is a summer camp run by teenagers.
Hi, I've got a telegram for a counselor here named Alice.
That's me. Hang on. Oh, go dry up, Jason! What a jokester. Anyway, thanks. I'm afraid I don't have any money to tip you.
That's okay. Have a swell day.
Yeah, that Jason, I hear he's a real jokester at the camp, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh. Okay, apparently I just clicked out of my window somehow. Let's go ahead and save the game. Yeah, me either, Cassian. So I guess we'll just get this money and then...
I sure did.
Good for you. Here's your money. And here's your next telegram. Deliver this to Mr. Jones at Vash's Dairy. Keep up the good work.
So, yeah. So now we can go back to the barn and do that. Oh, we still need to go back to Miss, what's her face? At Twin Elms. She's gonna give us flack for the way we're dressed, of course.
Do you have my bridge cards?
Mrs. Sheldon, that's it.
Good. And here is Josiah's trivet. I didn't realize when I asked to borrow it that it was such an eyesore. But once a sumptuous dish of my buff stroganoff was placed atop it, I assure
Who says
you,
buff?
no one noticed. Now do run along. My guest
Oh,
will be
that too.
arriving any minute. And that dress of yours, it's, well...
I like this dress. It's very flouncy.
Alright, let's head back. Okay, and we're getting cut back out again. Yeah, let's head back.
I've only got half a tank of gas left. I should gas up before I forget.
Yep. Good joke, Nancy. Alright, yeah. You would know better than I would, Cassian. I have not watched a single Friday the 13th. Good old beef off birth. Alright, mirror, mirror on the wall.
I need to adjust the mirrors so that the light hits them just right.
Yep, and this over here is a radiometer. don't think that's right. This one, I believe, has to go to this one first. Which then beams it over here. Like so, and then boom. There we go. I have not seen any. I know of them by reputation. I've seen parts of them, but I've never actually sat down and watched them. Maybe if my work ends up going on strike sometime next week, I'll have more free time and can actually catch up on some spooky Halloween movies. Speaking of Halloween stuff, I just found out yesterday because I was looking at my brother was talking about playing some games with me, so I was looking up what games are on Xbox Game Pass because he has that, and I wanted to see if there's any games that I had. But apparently there's a game that came out, I think, just recently, based on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's a lot like Dead by Daylight. So Dead by Daylight, right, is 4 survivors versus 1 killer. This game is actually 4 survivors versus like 3 people on the killer team. Like one person always has to be like Bubba, the one with the chainsaw. But then the other 2 players on that team can pick between like 4 different family members, I think. There's only 3. They only get to be 3 of them, but they can pick from a couple, so they like mix it up. And yeah, I was watching some gameplay last night. It actually looked kind of fun. Like it plays a lot like Dead by Daylight, where like the survivors have to try to, escape and stuff, but they can actually kind of fight back a little bit and like stun the killers, and yeah, it looks like something kind of fun to play. So you'd have to have, 7 people if you were going to play with friends instead of just, 5 people, but it did look kind of fun, so I'll keep my eye on that one. I've never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I'm familiar with it through, pop culture osmosis. So it looked something I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that game was out. All right, back to the mystery.
Looks like Josiah was a ham radio operator.
Why not a turkey radio operator? Hey, quartz crystal 474. Holy beep. How about El got the blank? I should ask Mr. Topham if that ever came in, says Nancy. Yeah, junior mode.
Before. They were in that newspaper story about hobos.
Whoa, unemployed people? Come on, Nancy, let's have a little sensitivity here. I got where you put the what? Marcel bad, the old coot. Okay, so now we gotta go talk to Sir Richard Topham. Gotta try to convince him that we like quartz. He's gonna make us do something stupid, because of course he is.
Now what?
Do you by any chance know who Marcel is?
Marcel was what Josiah called his favorite hat.
His hat? The man named his hat?
He loved that hat, so to him, naming it made perfect sense.
Do you still have Marcel?
No, as a matter of fact, I gave that hat to Gloria Crandall. She said she was fond of the old fellow and wanted something to remember him by, although I suspect the real reason she wanted that hat was to see if he'd stashed any money in it.
Josiah ordered something from the Krollmeister Crystal Company just before he passed away. Do you know if it ever arrived?
You must be talking about that chunk of quartz that came last winter. I still have it right here. Why?
I was wondering if I could buy it from you. For my father. He loves quartz.
Perhaps we can work something out. You see, amazing as this is going to sound, I am able to project my thoughts into another person's brain.
Is that so?
The only problem is, not everyone has the intellectual capacity to receive my thoughts. But since you have already demonstrated a high level of intelligence...
I mean, I did outsmart a largemouth bass. Not to brag, but, well,
Subject, as in experiment?
You are going to help me prove that I am telepathic. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to shuffle a deck which contains 5 sets of these cards. Then I'm going to turn my back, draw a card, look at it, and start transmitting my thoughts. When you receive my thoughts, you will identify the card I'm looking at. Once you correctly identify 5 cards in a row, I'll give you that piece of quartz.
But what if I can't do it?
Just stay focused on the cards and my superior brain power will do the rest. Very well, let's begin. What card am I holding?
Alright, so if you're not familiar with this, how it works is he always says the same thing for each one. So like holding, what card am I holding is going to be like circle. So every time he has the circle, he's always going to say, what card am I holding? So we just have to figure out which ones are which. Now, these are the same every time. So a couple of these I know, like this is concentrating on, this is thinking about. I'm not sure what holding. Let's try this.
I think it's this one.
Wrong. Here's another. What card am I holding?
This one.
Yes. Here's
Yeah,
another.
that's holding.
What card is this?
This one.
Incorrect. You must focus.
Okay.
Here's another. What card is this?
This one.
Wrong. Here's another. What card am I thinking about?
Thinking about is this
I
one.
think it's this one.
Wrong. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. This is which card?
Okay.
This one.
Incorrect. You must focus. Here's another. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
Do you know?
This one.
Wrong. Here's another. This is which card?
I think it's this one.
That's not right. Here's another. What card am I looking at?
This one?
You go, girl. Here's another. What card is this?
This one.
Wrong.
Oh my gosh. Whenever he picks up a particular card, he always says the same thing.
Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. What card am I thinking about?
This one?
No, try again. Can you tell me what card this is?
This one?
No, try again. Tell me what card is this?
I think it's this one.
Incorrect. You must focus. Here's another. What card am I thinking about?
This one.
No, try again. Can you tell me what card this is?
I think it's this one.
Wrong. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row.
Okay.
Shall
I
we
may actually
continue?
need to start
You
taking notes
bet.
for this one.
Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. Can you tell me what card this is?
This one.
No, try again. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
This one?
Wrong. Here's another. What card am I thinking about?
This one?
That's not right. Here's another. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
This one.
No, try again. Can you tell me what card this is?
I think it's this one.
Very good. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. What card am I holding?
I think it's this one.
Wonderful. Here's another. What card am I looking at?
This one.
Excellent. Here's another. What card am I looking at?
This one.
Wonderful. Here's another. Which card am I thinking of?
This one.
Wonderful. Here's another. This is which card?
This one.
Wrong.
I wonder, could he be telling me what card he's
Yes,
picking up by
Nancy, I
which
get it.
question he asks me?
Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row.
What
Shall we
card is
continue?
this? Just the wavy.
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. Which card am I thinking of?
This one?
You go, girl. Here's another. What card am I holding?
This one.
Excellent. Here's another. What card am I concentrating on?
Concentrating is
This
that one.
one?
I know that one.
Correct. You must
Oh.
focus. Here's another. Can you tell me what card this is?
This one.
Yes. Here's another. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
I think it's this one.
Wrong. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. Tell me, what card is this?
This one.
Wrong. Here's another. What card am I looking at?
This one.
Marvelous. Here's another. Tell me, what card is this?
I think it's this one.
Wrong. Here's another. Can you tell me what card this is?
This one.
Yes. Here's another. Tell me, what card is this?
This one.
Wrong. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall
Yeah,
we
so
continue?
clearly these are
bet.
different
Ready when
between
you are.
junior and
Very
senior
well.
because I know a
Let's
couple of them.
begin. Tell me, what card is this?
Okay, so tell me. I still haven't figured out.
This one.
Excellent. Here's another.
Tell me a circle.
What card am I concentrating on?
Concentrating on junior is this one, but
I think it's this one.
That's not right. Here's another. What card am I thinking about?
thinking about.
This one?
No, try again. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
Do you know? So there's what card am I looking at, and then there's do you know what card I'm looking at? Do you know?
I think it's this one.
Wrong. Here's another. What card is this?
What card is this?
This one?
Wrong. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet.
Yeah,
Ready
it's always
when you
Nancy's fault
Very
when
well.
this
Let's
messes up,
begin.
not him.
Can you tell me what card this is?
Can you tell me?
are. This one?
Marvelous. Here's another. What card am I looking at?
Okay, what card am I looking at? It
This
should be
one.
circle.
You go, girl. Here's another. Can you tell me what card this is?
This one.
Very good. Here's another. Can you tell me what card this is?
Keeps giving
This
us an
one?
easy one.
Marvelous. Here's another. What card am I holding?
Holding
This
square.
one.
Very good. You did it. Well, actually, I did it. But in any case, thank you for your assistance. Here's the piece of crystal that Josiah ordered. Take it. You've earned it. Well, actually, I earned it, but let's not quibble.
But Mr. Topham, I didn't really. I mean, you didn't really. I mean, I'm afraid that subconsciously you may have.
Yes.
Yes?
Never mind.
Do you need anything else?
No, you are a
nice
very
talking
useful
to you.
engine, Mr. Topham.
Drop by anytime.
Alright, so I've just been informed we have about 30 minutes left on the stream before I'm going to have to go when the wife and daughter are home. So let's see if we can speed run and get this finished. Ah, not golf. Speed run. Okay. Help if I sped in the right direction. Okay, so we gotta go that for that, that for that. Okay, I guess we can go listen to. Well, we don't technically have to do this, but
I can't play that here. Would it be okay if I played a record?
Sure.
so for this we just have to mark down the sound effects.
I'll never forget.
Alright, done. And then we look at them on here, so in the order they are G, O, O, D, F, E, L, L, O, and then W last. Goodfellow. Alright, oh, we should ask her
Hi,
about.
Nancy.
Would you happen to know where your mother put Josiah's favorite hat?
Look in the drawer right below me. That's where all Mom's mementos are.
I'll be back in a little bit.
You're the best.
Maybe this is the key to Josiah's safe deposit box.
You don't need to look at everything in there, do you?
Yes,
Sorry.
I do. Do you want me to solve this mystery or not, Gloria or Emily? Jeez. Alright, so now we need to go back to El Banco. But when we get there, we're going to have another fetch quest where we have to go back to the inn. So let's hope we can do it, because we've only got half a tank of gas left. And if we... I think for the last bit of the game, it will give
Hello,
us
Mr. Waddell.
enough gas to finish.
I need for you to cut a blank from this piece of quartz.
No big deal. Let's see it.
The blank needs to be just like the one you made before for Josiah Crowley.
Like I said, no big deal. You're gonna have to cough up $2, though. You can pay me when you pick it up. Good day.
$2, but I don't have $2, says Nancy. But I do. Yo, Jimmy Jim.
Hello again.
I think I found the key to Josiah's safe deposit box.
Really?
I have it right here.
It is from this bank.
May I see if it opens the box?
It takes 2 keys to open a safe deposit box. The owner's key and my key. And in this case, I'm under no obligation to open it for you.
Oh, but I...
However, were you to do me a small favor...
Such as?
I hired a seamstress to make a dress for my wife's birthday next week. Unfortunately, the seamstress and I had a falling out, and now I need to find someone to finish the dress.
Just hire a new seamstress.
Oh, the fact of the matter is, the dressmaker quit because I couldn't pay her. I misled you before. Business is not fine. This bank is on the brink of ruin.
Oh, I'm
Very
sorry to hear
sad.
that, Mr. Archer.
I wanted to
And
get
then he's
my
happy
wife
again.
something nice because, well, it might be the last nice thing she gets for a long, long time. Now, Emily once mentioned that Jane used to be a dressmaker.
How much more has to be done on the dress?
I have it right here. The seamstress said that all the pieces have been cut out and basted together. All that's needed is a sewing machine. When it's finished, bring it back and I'll let you try that key in Josiah's safe deposit box.
I guess I'll be going.
Goodbye now.
Alright, so once again, Nancy has to do everyone else's chores for them. Bottle.
Hello, Mr. Waddell. Are you done making that blank?
I need more time. Now quit bothering me so I can work.
Jeez, fine. Didn't want it anyway. No, I think we need to talk to... Turn around, Nancy.
Oh, Nancy, I'm afraid there's been more trouble.
Trouble?
It's Emily. Oh, this is silly. I'm her guardian. I should just make her sell this place. She's only 17, for Pete's sakes. She should be out meeting boys and going to parties, not trying to run a business.
Miss Willoughby, what happened?
Just go ask her, and make her tell you everything.
Jane told you, didn't she?
Not really.
That picture on the wall over there, I saw it move. I was just sitting here and it moved all by itself. I saw it move, I really did. Last week, a book fell off the shelf for no reason. And before that, I heard these weird noises. And almost every day I hear a voice, like a whisper, coming out of nowhere. Jane thinks it's nerves, but I don't want to talk about this. Did you see Jim Archer?
I'm afraid I don't have very good news.
The jewelry wasn't insured?
No, but I do have some good news. Sort of.
Shh! Did you hear that?
Hear what? Shh!
Nothing. I'm going to have to sell the inn, aren't I?
You know, it's possible, just possible, that the will that was found was not the will Josiah wrote.
You mean he may have left this money after all? No, that's wishful thinking. And I refuse to get my hopes up again because they'll probably just get dashed again. Listen, I feel bad enough that you drove all the way out here for nothing. Maybe you should just go home.
Do you want me to go home?
No, but I really don't feel like being sociable right now. There's nothing for you to do.
I'd like to see if Josiah hid a second will somewhere.
What are you? Some kind of Sam Spade?
Well, just because I've never solved a mystery before doesn't mean I can't. Anyway, there's no harm in trying, right? Who knows? I might turn out to be good at it.
Be my guest.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Thanks again, Nancy.
Would it be all right if I used your sewing machine?
Go right ahead, but remember, you're on your own.
There's no needle.
It's probably in the box with the rest of Mom's sewing stuff. Ask Jane if she knows where it is.
So, what did Emily say? Did she tell you about the pictures and the voices?
How long has this been going on?
For about 2 weeks, I guess. You know what? I'll bet it's me. I'll bet it finally hit Emily that I'm just not Gloria and I never will be, and that running this place is always gonna be all up to her. And it was just more than her poor mind could bear.
I'd like to kind of look around. Is that okay with you?
You betcha. And keep an eye out for those jewels. The sheriff's not going to investigate. He said since nobody got robbed at gunpoint or anything, coming out here again just didn't seem necessary. Said it sounded to him like the jewelry had just been misplaced. You see, well, it only felt fair to tell him about Emily's, delicate state of mind.
Would you happen to know where the needle for the sewing machine in Emily's room is?
I moved all of Gloria's sewing things out of there and put them in a little box. Look, I'm supposed to get the pies we baked before all the hullabaloo this morning ready for the delivery man. They gotta be put in the shipping container just so, or he casts a kitten. This is how he wants them organized. Now why don't you go out on the porch and get those pies ready to go while I look for that sewing box?
If you insist.
Really gotta do all your work for you, huh? I mean, you don't get paid a salary or nothing working here, huh? Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this because we can't, for some reason, we can't just have that on the screen while we do it. Because that would be too easy. Okay. Small pies on the left, so 2 large sherry. 1 blueberry, 1 chocolate. Small and 1 large blueberry. And small and large chocolate. And 2 large pies. So the 2 large for them must be the cherry. Alright. Okay, Appleton, 1 small and 1 large cherry. Small and large chocolate. And 2 pies of the same size, which I think are too small. 2 large blue for them. 2 large chocolate. And 2 different size pies. Okay. Knoxville, 2 same size cherries, 2 smalls. 2 large blue. Or sorry, 1 large blue, 2 same size chalk. Small and 1 large cherry. Okay, so let's see. 2 large cherry. 1 blue and 1 chalk. There's the other. I was like, I'm missing a cherry pie. 2 large. 2 same size chocolate. 2 large chocolate. Small and 1 large chocolate. 1 small and 1 large, and the 1 chocolate. Okay, so this first.
All done.
All right. I think it's the same. I think it's just the instructions are a little more obscure on Senior. Alright, Jane. Snooping time.
I'll bet those are the two brothers that built the inn and Josiah's house. I'll bet this was taken in that passageway I found.
Thanks for doing the pies.
That was fast.
The more I do it, the worse I seem to get at it. Here's that box. I'm
Seems
sure
like-
that sewing machine needle is in there somewhere.
I see it.
Remember, when it comes to using it, you're on your own, kiddo.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
You betcha.
You bet your bloomers. Alright, now let's try not to horribly screw up the sewing, huh?
I bet a needle goes here.
Oh wow, how would you put
All
it there,
I need is
Nan?
the dress Jim Archer
Oh
gave me,
wow,
and I
if
can
only we
start
had a
sewing.
dress.
Would I wear this? No. I made too many mistakes. I better do it over.
Really, you think? Did you maybe just make too many?
There. Not bad, Miss Drew. Not bad at all.
If you say so, Nancy. Whew, I'm glad that that's not more strict. Apparently, there's also, I think there's some kind of, like, well, not Easter egg, but like, I don't know if this game has endgame awards, but there's some kind of something, like if you straighten this picture like 10 times, you get a, maybe it is an Easter egg, I don't remember. Okay, yeah, we can't do the other thing yet, so let's, back in the roadster. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know how Nancy removed all that stuff I did at the beginning there without totally destroying the dress. Let's see if Mr. Rabby Pants is done.
Hello, Mr. Waddell. Are you done making that blank?
Have you got my fee?
Right here.
Good. Here's the blank I cut for you. Enjoy.
How's the dress coming?
All done.
This is beautiful. Thank you. Now let's see
yeah,
if that key
you're
you
welcome.
found opens up Josiah's safe deposit box. That was Josiah's, but that is not Josiah's will.
It looks like some kind of journal.
The
Would it be okay
journal.
if I kept this?
Oh.
If it was money or jewelry or something like that, I'd turn it over to Topham. But a journal? Finders keepers, as far as I'm concerned.
He can go suck eggs
I'll
as
be
far
at
as
my
I'm
desk if you
concerned.
need me.
It's locked. Naturally.
Anything else I can do for you?
I guess I'll be going.
Come back anytime.
I'm not gonna open it in front of him. Come on, Nancy. Yeah, maybe it's maybe his daughter's wearing a Roman toga or something. Who knows? Okay, I think we can just go back, and I think that's all the driving we need to do. I think. So let's look at it. So we know the password is GOODFELLLOW.
Flute.
Nice.
7.025 megahertz. Puck. That's who Josiah played in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
I know you said puck there, Nancy, but it kind of sounded like you said something else, which makes me laugh. 2.5 flute.
Pyramus. 7.057 megahertz.
7. Pyramus.
Thisbe. 7.050 megahertz. It looks like some kind of record of the people Josiah talked to on his ham radio.
Okay. So I think we need to go. I think we need to to one of these people, and then it'll let us do the next part because we have to figure out what to tell them. I think we have to talk to one of them first to figure out what it is we need to tell them. I think. I could be mistaken.
Looks like I can't use the radio unless and until I replace the crystal. Hello? Is anyone there? Hello?
This is Flute, but you sure don't sound like Puck, so explain yourself.
My name's Nancy Drew.
So where's Puck?
Well, I'm pretty sure Puck's real name was Josiah Crowley, and I hate to say it, but he passed away earlier this year.
Ah, that's a shame. Heck, I never got to give him his sentence.
His sentence?
Well, see, a while back, Puck dictated a sentence to me and told me that if and when he recited a certain passage from Shakespeare, I was to respond with that sentence. Weird fellow, that Puck.
Could you tell me the sentence?
Oh, no, Puck made me promise. I can only say the sentence after I hear the passage from Shakespeare.
Is the passage from one of his plays?
Darned if I know.
What if I figured out the passage? Would you tell me the sentence then?
I suppose I could do that, yes.
Is Flute your real name?
No, it's just what Puck insisted on calling me. What'd you say his real name was?
Josiah Crowley.
Strange. I never heard of him.
Why is that strange?
He led me to believe he was this big cheese out in Hollywood. You know, some famous producer, director or something. Said he owned his own studio.
He didn't own a studio, and he certainly didn't live in Hollywood.
I'll be darned. So he was just lying to me. Well, that's all right. I may have told him a fib or three over the years myself. Like the time I told him I was a scratch golfer. I don't even know what that means. In any case, you tell me the passage, I'll tell you the sentence. Until then,
And what is a scratch golfer anyway? I feel like I was watching somebody play this one time and I looked up what a scratch golfer was, but I don't remember what it was right now. Let's just talk to him since we're right here.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Hi, Mr. Topham.
Now what?
Could I see that copy of A Midsummer Night's Dream you have there?
Why?
Well, you said it was Josiah's favorite play. I'd just like to take a look at it.
It's a very old copy. I'd rather it not be handled unnecessarily, lest it fall completely apart. I'm sorry, Miss Drew, but request denied.
It was nice talking to you.
I knew you were going to say that. A little psychic humor.
Alright, very funny. Google says scratch golfer is a player who can play to a course handicap of 0. Okay, so basically somebody who's really good at golf, I guess. Is basically what that means. Okay, so now we gotta go through here. Whoop, don't mind me. Oh, don't sit down, Nancy. Hit the thing. Thank you. Alright, I don't think we have to investigate that side passage dealio. So it doesn't really do anything for us. Quick, Nancy, before the spooky music
Better not
starts.
leave the lights on. I don't hear anybody. Now would be a good time for me to sneak inside and have a quick look at that Shakespeare book.
You want to see something funny, though? Want to see Richard Topham in the middle of a disco?
Think about nothing save that spook.
Yeah, quiet, Yuri.
What in blazes are you doing? Sneaking around in here like
See,
a common thief?
disco.
Interrupting one of my sessions? I knew there was something unsavory about your phantasmic pulsations. Well, soon they will no longer be my problem, but the sheriff's.
Wow. You must be, what's the word?
Clear your mind of all thoughts.
Somebody who can speak without moving their mouth? Or rather, move their mouth and not speak?
Yuri, be quiet. You're disturbing us.
Here, Yuri, have a nice mirror. Would you like a record?
Yes, Mrs. Jackman.
Watch this.
Yes.
Ah!
Phew. Meet with Jay Archer at 9:30
So-
a.m. about money.
Telepathy? Yeah, throwing the voice. That would be it. So we can talk to him about that, but it's just some kind of missed clue. Also, shout out to Zyga the Magnificent. If you recall, he was in the same game as Houdini.
Yes, Mrs. Jackman. You're trying to push it, all right?
Josiah must have circled these quotes, but why?
Pyramus, thou speakest aright.
Something tells me I better write down all the stuff that's circled here in my journal.
Bisbee is if. Okay, cool. Now, Nancy, let's just walk right out the front door.
Can't go out the front door. You'll hear me.
No, we won't. Just open it really quietly, Nancy. Shh. You gotta go the long way. Oh, there you go, ventriloquist. That's the word I was trying to think of. It's what Shaggy is in Scooby-Doo. He used
Guess I
that
better not leave the lights on.
a couple times. Like, watch this, Scoob. I'll give him the old ventriloquism act. Hey, double ugly. Yeah. Now get ready for a bunch of long conversations. We're getting close to the end, but we're not quite there. So, in a little bit here, we may have an unexpected guest for the last couple minutes of our stream. I may get a little assistance from my junior detective. We'll see. Supposed to be home sometime soon. Alright. Okay, that's still there. Okay. Seven point. Oh, whoops. I messed that up. 2.5.
Is anyone out there? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Flute here. That you, Nancy Drew?
Yes, it's me, and I think I know the Shakespeare passage that Puck wanted you to listen for.
Let's hear it.
Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
That's it. Here, let me check my logbook for the response. Now I'm supposed to say, leave by road when the owner is in, because then there will be thieves about.
Leave by road when the owner is in, because then there will be thieves about?
Those were Puck's exact words. Well, hope I've been of some help. Over and out.
And then we got 0.05. 7. Come on, Nancy, just go the other way. It would have been quicker.
Is anyone out there? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
This is Pyramus. Who are you?
My name's Nancy Drew. Does somebody named Puck usually call you on this frequency?
Somebody named Puck used to. Apparently he found something better to do. Haven't talked to him in months.
Well, that's because he passed away not too long ago.
Oh, well, that's a good excuse, I guess. How'd you know he called me Pyramus?
I'm a friend of his. I found your name and radio frequency in his journal.
So why are you talking to me?
Did Puck, ever ask you to tell him something whenever he read a certain passage from Shakespeare?
Whenever he rattled off this Shakespeare quote, I was supposed to rattle off this stupid saying he gave me. How did you know about that?
Long story. But if I were to rattle off the quote, there's no reason why you can't tell me the stupid saying, right?
Well, come to think of it, he never said the quote had to come from him. So, yeah, I guess I could tell you.
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night.
How'd you know?
Long story. What did he tell you to say in response?
Wait a minute, I had to write it down. Here, you're gonna love this. A barking dog would do well to hold his tongue in a dangerous neighborhood.
A barking dog would do well to hold his tongue in a dangerous neighborhood.
I told you it was stupid.
I really appreciate your help.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of car did Puck drive, do you know?
I don't think he had a car.
And he tried to tell me he was rich. Over and out.
Some interesting fact about that. Over and out, it's actually something that you don't want to say on the radio, because saying over means it means I'm done talking, now it's your turn, and then saying out is like saying I'm hanging up. So over and out is like, okay, it's your turn, now I'm hanging up. You know, it's kind of rude.
Who's this?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm afraid I have some bad news about Puck.
Oh dear, they closed the play he was starring in, didn't they? That's why I haven't heard from him. He's too far down in the dumps. Oh, I was afraid.
No, he's not depressed, he's dead.
Actually, you haven't heard from him because he passed away several months ago.
Oh my, that's worse, isn't it? And after all that rigmarole he went through,
depressed,
making sure
dead.
I knew my line and understood
They're both pretty bad.
Your cue?
Yes, you see, Puck, or whatever his real name is, or was, Puck wanted to share his love of acting with me, so he gave me a line to say, a very curious line I might add, and told me to repeat it only after I heard my cue, a passage written by Mr. William Shakespeare.
Good old Willie
So if I
Shakes.
cue you with a passage, you'll respond with the line he gave you to say?
Immediately, I know it by heart, you see.
Here goes. If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear.
The authorities are alert for bad water, so do not go this way.
The authorities are alert for bad water, so do not go this way.
That's what I was to say, although my delivery was much better when Puck was coaching me. And now, as Puck was fond of saying, I bid you adieu. Over and out.
So now we have to talk, I think, to Emily about because Puck's note said Bottom's cue is a note from Gloria.
Hi, Nancy.
I'll be back in a little bit.
You're the bee's knees.
All right, excuse me for one moment, folks. I'll be right back, and I'll also try to figure out what we have to do next. Maybe we have to go. I think we have to maybe go look at his notes again. So let's go do that in a second. Verb. Alright, back again from the awkward silence. I don't know why the music... Well, okay, I do know why the music doesn't loop. It's because they don't expect you to sit here and do nothing for 5 minutes at a time in the game. Okay, so... yeah, we gotta go, I think... Where was I gonna go? Oh, yeah, that's right. Check his notebook again, I think.
Hi, Mr. Topham. I'm going to poke around some more, if that's okay.
I don't mind.
Bottom's cue is in Note to Gloria.
I wonder if I could have clicked on that earlier and I didn't give the option. But either way, that's what we had to do. So let's go. Let's go in, not that way, this way. Now let's go ask Emily if she knows about the Note to Gloria. Maybe.
Hi, Nancy.
Do you know anything about a cue Josiah left your mother in a note?
No. Why?
Oh, just curious.
Where are you going? Oh, you're not supposed to be back there. Hey, want to come see what I'm doing? You gonna help me play?
I'll be back
Is that
in a
funny?
little bit. Thanks again, Nancy.
Just in case I am going to save here. We're in the end game now. Okay. Yes.
You
Now
don't
we.
need to look at everything in there, do you? Hi, Nancy.
I'm
I'll be
sorry.
back in a
I-
little bit.
What did she
You're
say?
the best.
Did she say like, oh, there was a? I don't know anything about a note, but you can't look at it. I don't know. I need to look at that note. What do I got to do? I don't remember. Let's talk to Jane again.
What's cooking?
Well, I'll talk to you
No.
later.
You betcha.
Okay. Maybe we do have to. Come on, Nancy, don't sit down. This is no time to be sitting. We got a mystery to solve. Okay, gentle, please. Gentle hands. Thank you. Oh, you just love to bang on that, don't you? If you're gonna go crazy, I'm gonna put you down. Here. What's that? Yeah.
Someone's watching. Jeepers. I'm behind one of the walls in Emily's room. I'll bet that's how
left the
someone
record
makes that
player.
picture move.
Yeah, you and me both, Cassian. You and me both.
Guess I better not leave the lights on.
So, maybe we have to do something to get Emily to leave? Okay, well, while we're here, let's look at this again. Take a picture. Is that funny? Daddy taking a picture with his phone? I'm sure you would love to play with my phone. But you're not going to do that because that's not for you. So what do we got to do to see that note? Because I'm a senior detective. I don't need a task list. Okay. So we got... I think we got everything we need, right? We just need to... That's got the 3 clues that we already did. See, we just need to put in that thing. Is she gone? Yo, you gone yet? Okay, there we go. Now she's gone. Okay, dearest Gloria, blah, 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 bunch of sentimental stuff. Okay, bottom of my heart. Kind lady, sparkles like good water, sky's the limit. So that's the 3 things we need. I think there was also a letter in there from... either from Jane to Emily's mother. No, thank you. I need that mouse. Or it was from Emily's mother to Jane. Or something like that. But basically it mentioned that there's this this nasty lady named Marion Ravenwood, or not Marion Ravenwood, that's Indiana Jones. Marion something or other, who's kind of a mean old person at the dress factory. Let's see, is your food ready yet? Not yet. No, thank you. Daddy needs the mouse. You can play with the keyboard gently, but I need the mouse, okay? My webcam is so hilarious right now. Just a little head with a whale spot poking up. Okay, so flute is... let's pull up our picture. So, leave by road. Okay, would you like to get down? There. Well, what would you like me to do, baby? Leave by road. Owner is in. Then there will be thieves about. Okay. I need you to not be over there, because if you turn off my computer, we're not going to be happy. I need you to find somewhere else to play, please. Here. Hey. Don't be mad. You know you're not allowed to play back there. Come here. See, you got your computer. You play with yours. She does have her own little gaming chair and like keyboard and everything set up right next to mine. Okay, Thieves About is this one. Alright, Thisbe. Authorities are alert for bad water. So don't go this way. Pyramus, barking dog. Woof woof. Dude, a whole tongue. A dangerous neighborhood. And bottom. Wonderful lady. Sparkles like clean water. It makes me think sky's the limit. Boom. Alright, save. Give me a sec, I gotta pull her food out of the air fryer so it'll start cooling down. Because you know those taquitos, when they come out, it's like, well, it's like eating Hot Pockets. You gotta let them cool down. Even for a human to eat them, and for a little baby, you gotta let them cool on extra long. So give me 1 second. Alright, we are back. Yeah, even just breaking the taquitos in half to get them to cool down almost freaking burnt my fingers. Alright, board game time. So our goal is to get to the end of the path in a certain amount of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's do... how about a 10 and a 5. And then we'll take this shortcut with that. See, normally this would only let us go 2 spaces, but we're skipping that many, so that's a really good one. The other good one is this one, because that's not just a 1, but it lets us 4, 5. Oh, dang it, but I've already used the 5, so rip me. In fact, let's do 6 and 9. Take it to 15. And then we'll still have our 5 to go up to there. Do that. Go up 10. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. So 8 and 3. Hot diddly. Look at that. Ah, the roof's on fire. Yeah, that's what I'd be saying too, Nancy, except I'd probably get the heck out of there.
A golf ball. No doubt meant to be used on that golf course of Josiah's.
Tiny town for oodles of fun to use it there to hit a hole in one. By jingies. Alright, now we are close to the end of the game. And luckily, we don't actually have to play a full round of golf. We just have to get up to a tiny town. Like so. Toes will be back here. And whatcha? You think he lets a do-over? He said a hole in 1, but what about like a hole in 5? Do you think that would still count? Oh great, now I can't even see the ball. All the beans! That didn't even make it up? Come on! You're killing me, Smalls. Okay. Hole in 7.
Try again.
Okay, so you actually do have to hit a hole in 1. That's funny. Yeah. Ooh, just kind of scoops it up. Oh, wow.
Another safe deposit box key?
Let's go investigate. If I can get out of here. You hate it when you're just trying to get somewhere and you just run too fast?
You've got to go talk to Emily. She's in a bad way.
What do you mean? What's happened?
Please go
Again,
talk to her. She won't
refuses to
listen me.
elaborate. It's just like, oh, I'm not going to tell you. You just go figure it out. But in fact, we're not going to do that. We're just going to skip to the end of the game. If you do go talk to Emily, Emily just says, oh, I think I'm going crazy. Because she's like, I went down for a nap and I woke up and one of the jewels that was missing were in my hand. I think I'm going crazy. You should just leave, Nancy. Oh. So, yeah, we don't actually need to talk to her. We're just going to go talk to the bank. And, pothole. Because we're not going to blow a tire at this point. You have to hit it like probably like 10 times to get a flat.
I need to clear
I think.
the air about something. I lied before. Not just when I said the bank was doing fine when it's really not, but when I said that wasn't my car you saw parked outside the inn today. I parked it there because I didn't want anyone to know that I was at Richard Topham's begging him for money.
That was the note
This
that we
bank
saw in
is
his calendar.
Truly dire financial straits. And if anyone finds out,
Mr. Archer,
Dire
I
Straits.
already knew you
Good
were
band, by
Richard
the way.
Tophams today. I saw your name in his calendar.
oh, so what can I do for you?
I found another safe deposit box key that belonged to Josiah.
Impossible. Josiah only had one box, and you've already opened it.
Can you tell me whose key this is?
It is one of ours. Where did you get it?
I won it playing golf at Josiah's with a special ball. I had to ace one of the holes.
Why does that sound familiar? I know why. That's what Clara always called me. Her face in the hole.
That's who this key belongs to, Clara Pickford.
So, Clara Pickford was really Josiah Crowley in disguise.
Apparently,
Wow.
he loved playing tricks like that on people and hiding
Hey.
things right under their noses.
We're almost done, and then we can go have our taquitos. They should be cool in just a minute, okay? Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Where'd your Bessie go? It's over there. It's on your beanbag chair. No, over here. There you go. Yum, yum, yum. You want to come help me with the last part of the game? You want to be my getaway driver? Come here. No, I'm gonna need the mouse, but you can do all the stuff on the keyboard, okay? Last will and testament.
What this is? Gloria Dowd, now Crandall, and Jane Willoughby, circa
please.
1912.
Jane Willoughby? That doesn't look the least bit like Jane Willoughby.
No, it certainly doesn't. I'd better get back to the Lilac Inn and have a talk with her right now.
Ready? We're gonna have to drive really fast. Are you gonna help me?
Move out of the way, would you please? I'm kind of in a hurry.
You're not going anywhere until you tell me who you really are.
What are you talking about?
I just saw a picture of Jane Willoughby, the real Jane Willoughby.
It's been swell knowing you, sister.
Yeah. You see yourself in the selfie camera?
Jane out of my sight.
Wee woo, wee woo. Okay, well, she's out of my sight there. But, okay. Ah, oh, darn it.
I can't let Jane out of my sight.
I know you want to play with the keyboard, but Daddy needs to focus right now. You just play with my phone and mess around and take selfies and stuff. I'll be done in a minute.
I'll bet she's heading for the state line. I know. I'll take a shortcut and head her off.
Almost done. Oh no. We did it. We got her. Oh no, look at all the pies.
Why couldn't you just mind your own business?
Dear Ned, I know you'll be home from school in a couple of days, but I couldn't wait to tell you. I just solved a mystery. I figured out that Emily Crandall's guardian was really an imposter named Marion, who intercepted the letter Emily wrote to Jane Willoughby after her mom died. She pretended to be Jane not only so she could steal Emily's valuables, but so she could convince Emily that she was incapable of running Lilac Inn, and that she should sell it and split the money with her. On top of all that, I found Josiah Crowley's real will. In it, he left Emily so much money that she'll be able to hire all the people she needs to keep the inn going. He left Jim Archer a ton of money too, which means he won't have to close his bank. And from now on, he'll be able to buy his wife a new dress anytime he wants. As for Richard Topham, Josiah left him nothing. Although Topham still refuses to admit that he forged the first will, and insists that he's going to contest the will I found. Dad says it's highly doubtful he'll succeed, and that he'd be better off sticking to spoon tricks. Anyway, when you get home, I'll give you all the details over a nice big piece of slightly damaged cherry pie. Wait till you hear that part of the story. As always, Nancy.
I wasn't drinking and driving, Dad, I promise. Only while parked. Hey, is that it, Detective? Congratulations on cracking the case. You've been awarded the title of Puzzle Pro for solving puzzles at lightning speed. Clearly, they didn't see me doing that first puzzle.
Great news, I think.
Ooh, this is
Frank
next.
and Joe Hardy have invited me to help them solve a mystery. Only this mystery takes place on a train. But not just any train.
We gotta go
train
on
that
the
was
train.
found abandoned years ago in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, too spooky.
Its passengers had simply vanished. Some people say the train is jinxed. Others say it's haunted.
Yay!
I mean, it'll be fun to finally get to work alongside the Hardy boys, but I just hope the trip we're going on doesn't turn out to be, you know, one way.
Oh, come on, Nancy. You've never let something being spooky get in your way before. Yeah, Blue Moon Canyon is pretty fun. Yeah, that's my mouse. Okay, don't mind the mouse though. That's, I don't want you to break that. Yeah, it's got a pretty laser on the bottom, doesn't it? But you probably shouldn't look into that. Probably not very good for you. Alright, that's it. Normally I would hang around a little bit and listen to the credits and talk about my thoughts, but I think we're just gonna call that one there because somebody is hungry. So let's say goodbye. Hey, look. Look who's that? Look who's that? Say hi. Bye-bye. Look. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, you just went the mouse. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you next time for Blue Moon Canyon. Bye-bye. Yeah, good job.